This episode is sponsored by Stitch Fix and by Quip.
Hello, it's us, your favorite YouTubers.
Do you recognize us?
It's safe to say that the 2020 coronavirus pandemic has made us all a little bit crazier over the last 7 months. You got less real-life social interaction, more loneliness and boredom, and an endless stream of bad news on top of all the other bad news. And we all cope in our own ways. But with nearly 8 billion people worldwide, there's got to be at least a few people out there whose coping mechanism is being sexually attracted to the COVID-19 virus. And for those lost souls, there is a new romance novel titled Kissing the Coronavirus.
All right. Novel might be a bit of an exaggeration since Kissing the Coronavirus is listed on Amazon as just being 16 pages long. Also, it came out back in April, so it's not really new at all, but it only recently started going viral on the internet, which is, actually better. The fact that it was ignored at first really solidifies
Sort of
it.
like the virus itself. It was lingering for God knows how long, and then it exploded.
Here's the book's description on Amazon, though. She was supposed to cure the coronavirus. Instead, she fell in love with it. Dr. Alexa Ashington-Ford is a part of a crack team of scientists tasked with finding the cure to the devastating coronavirus. Little did she know she would end up falling in love with it in this steamy, viral erotica. Kissing Coronavirus is a steamy tale about forbidden love and dark desires come to life. The book is MJ Edwards' debut book, and is her attempt at trying to pay the bills following her job loss. Check her out on Twitter at MJ Edwards Author. If the book is written as poorly as the description, count me in.
Yeah, and it kind of is.
Yeah.
Anyway, since Amazon has the first 2 pages or so of this 16-page novella available for preview, it's like 12% of this book.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and dive right in and see what all the fuss is about. And yeah, just a heads up, this is erotica we're about to read. The language gets a bit graphic. Don't say
Make sure you mark it on YouTube in the background as such so we don't get in trouble.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's get some steamy music playing. There we go. And let's dive right in. Dr. Alexa Ashingford stared at the test tube between her fingers, her perfectly pink manicured nails clashing with the pale, bubbling liquid inside. She recognized the power she had in her grip, the virus which had claimed so many lives and which made her heart beat furiously, like a wild tiger thrashing in its cage, the coronavirus. Despite the devastation the virus was causing across the globe, Alexa felt a rush of excitement every time she picked up the corona sample, like a pulsating, erect penis, desperate to unleash its devastation on anyone who touched it.
I want to imagine that she put a tiger reference in there because it was around the same time Tiger King was huge.
Yeah, you're probably onto something there.
It continues. It had been so long since Alexa had been... I also want to think that the name Alexa is because of the Alexa in her room.
Yeah.
Just looking around the room at different things and writing this novel.
Object.
Yeah.
Camera. Coronavirus.
Okay, back into it. It had been so long since Alexa had been with a man that the virus was the only thing she could get near to which gave her any sort of thrill. The tickle in her knickers when she... I gotta say that very, very closely to... YouTube's gonna put the closed captioning wrong. The tickle in her knickers when she worked with the sample was the only sexual release she had experienced since the virus had unleashed hell and taken its hold on the world. And now she held it in her hand, gripped it tight. She bit her lip. Imagine what she could do with it. She rubbed her hand over her breast, her nipple hardening like a tic-tac. It's another thing she saw in the room.
Tic-tac.
Imagine how she would feel if she touched herself with it. Pretty great, Alexa thought. Pretty great indeedly.
Indeedly. Shall I touch myself with this coronavirus? Indeedly.
I put it inside me.
There's more. Alexa lowered the test tube and unbuttoned the bottom 2 poppers on her lab coat. Pop, pop. She took the test tube and shook it. The bubbling, creamy liquid sloshed against the inside of the tube. It fizzled up and Alexa swore she could feel the glass expanding, swelling up and down as she shook the tube. A shock of electricity coursed through her veins, eventually stopping as it reached her vagina. It was like she'd sat on a battery.
Oh!
Everything tingled, and it felt good. But Alexa knew it could feel better. Much better. Alexa pulled down her lab pants and pulled her panties to the side, her pussy so wet that the lace glided across her skin like a fat man on a water slide.
Wow, what a descriptive event.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm turned on.
Yeah, I hope she signs all of these ebooks with a Sharpie upper pooper. Find that on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That sample leaves us on a bit of a cliffhanger, as you're aware. But if you're really curious what's on the remaining 14 or so pages, Kissing the Coronavirus, it's only 99 cents for the Kindle edition. So, yeah. Well, we don't really want to end up on some sort of list, though. So thankfully, the rest of the plot has been summarized by people who have actually read it. And like the book's cover implies, COVID-19 takes a human form at some point, and there you go.
Yeah.
From a news report about it, the virus sample then infects a scientist on the team after he injects himself with a trial vaccine. Instead of becoming sick with the coronavirus, however, it instead turns the scientist into a green-hued, muscular virus man. The man-turned-virus reintroduces himself to Alexa as COVID, and their romance begins. Again, gotta update the book. That scientist, his name, Donald J. Trump.
Yeah. They tested my DNA. Turns out I don't even have DNA. I have USA.
It turned his mushroom penis into a gargantuan, giant, throbbing cock.
Yeah. This is a viral virus. So Kissing the Coronavirus currently sits at a healthy 4 out of 5 stars on Amazon. Well, over on Goodreads, it's got a probably more accurate rating of 2.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the 5-star reviews on both sites basically say that it's terrible trash. The top Amazon 5-star review literally says, "This is not good in any way. Yes, I still gave it 5 stars."
It's like the Duke Nukem Forever. 5 out of 5. Game sucks, but you could draw a dick on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, some of the reviews contain more excerpts from the book. Here's apparently how a penis is described at one point. "It was so long and warm and fat, like an arm without the bones."
This is like some 40-year-old virgin, like, it's like a big bag of sand.
Yeah.
You ever touch a boob?
Give me that boneless arm.
Yeah.
Here's maybe the least sexy way to describe tongue kissing. "His tongue, so soft and hot, like a chunk of microwaved fish sloshing around inside her mouth." Bon appetit.
Yeah.
And here's Alexa describing her coworker before he becomes the virus man that she ends up falling in love with. "She loved beards, and a mustache was only the start of a beard. Like micro penises are just the start of real penises. You need the rest of it for it to be truly meaningful. If only he had a beard, and was taller, and had a big cock, and was handsome, and made her wet, like COVID-19.
You know what? I'm inspired. I think I'm going to go start writing Kindle books on Amazon.
Yeah, well, who's
Under
that?
a pen name.
There's that. Who's Chuck Tingle is
No,
the guy
okay.
that writes a book a week of just trash erotica.
Yeah,
he
great.
Just pumps it out. Like there's no. He probably doesn't even proofread. It's just stream.
Why would you? Why would you? There's no point. People are just people will just buy it because it's trash and it's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And presumably, a few people are genuinely getting off to this.
Yeah, people that like microwaved fish.
Well, I mean, like, pornography has ruined a lot of people's brains. They can only get off to the most
Depraved.
bizarre, depraved
Yeah.
kind of shit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wow, a micro penis turning into a regular penis?
Okay, that's something I haven't seen a million times before.
Ah! Anyways, yes, that is now a thing that exists, this corona erotica. And why not? I mean, with how absurd reality's gotten, fiction has a pretty high bar for being surprising or shocking or weird these days.
Yeah.
For example, a recent article in the New York Times about our president's return to campaigning just a week after being treated for COVID contains this amazing paragraph. In several phone calls last week from the presidential suite at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, Mr. Trump shared an idea he was considering. When he left the hospital, he wanted to appear frail at first when people saw him, according to people with knowledge of the conversations. But underneath his button-down dress shirt, he would wear a Superman t-shirt, which he would reveal as a symbol of strength when he ripped open the top layer. He ultimately did not go ahead with the stunt.
Oh, gosh, it's me, your favorite president, and I'm doing pretty badly here, guys. Just kidding. Checkmate lives.
This is literally like the opening to Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it's what Willy Wonka does in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
He first greets, the kids. It's the first
I'm
time.
just a frail old chocolate man.
It's the first time anyone's seen Wonka in years. He walks out with a cane, and he's so frail, but then, he does a somersault, and he's like, ta-da, and everyone's like, yeah!
Now let's go into the murder factory.
Yeah. It's basically Trump wanted to do a Willy Wonka, but minus the somersault, because as healthy as he says he is, I don't think he could.
He should have popped out on a skateboard and grinded the rail all the way down.
He should have had his dress shoes fitted with Heelys.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Give the president Heelys.
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious. He already stands in a way where it
There's
looks
no
like
way he would fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The center of gravity is perfect for riding Heelys.
He's like a kid's sippy cup.
So I wish he had gone through with this. It sucks that he didn't. Obviously, we have no real love whatsoever for this man, but he has, to his credit, been really on a roll with the comedy lately. Here's two of our favorite bits from the last week.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president. To my favorite people in the world, the seniors. I'm a senior. I know you don't know that. Nobody knows that. Maybe you don't have to tell them, but I'm a senior.
And you know, while we're here talking about weird Trump stuff, here's something that I put together a few days ago for Twitter. Please enjoy.
Regeneron is by far the best tasting, most flavorful drug you've ever had. It's the best of the best. Until now, you could only enjoy drugs of this quality in Walter Reed Medical Center or the Oval Office at the White House. But now, that's changed. Today, through the Sharper Image, you can enjoy the world's greatest drugs in your own home with family, friends, anytime. If you like drugs, you'll absolutely love Regeneron. Treat yourself to the very, very best life has to offer. One bite and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And believe me, I understand drugs. It's my favorite food, and these are the best.
And that was itself parodied by. It got pretty close with the Lincoln Project. It wasn't the same.
I'm not convinced they ripped me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. I mean, it's not an original idea at all. Because that press conference or whatever, that video, it did feel like an infomercial for Regeneron.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's the best. I feel amazing.
He was back in his element with that, pitching products, being a showman.
You know why he probably got out as early as he did? Guaranteed, like first time in years, he's wanted to just fucking bury it in Melania.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I got a kick-ass boner right now. I'm horny as hell. Get me back to that White House.
But she's got the virus too. And
but that's fine.
We haven't heard anything about Melania.
Yeah, she's fine.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it's weird that we haven't heard any updates about her.
Well, that's because her hair's all frazzled from all the sex.
Probably. Big if true.
And you know, she's preparing to decorate the entire White House for the stupid fucking Christmas.
Christmas is coming again!
Stupid fucking Christmas!
You do this every year? Every year at Christmas?
Last Christmas I make a soda pressing and they still want me to do it!
Why do I have to do the Christmas?
Why?
Fuck Christmas!
Fuck the kids!
Fuck Christmas!
They put them in the cages! Anyways, moving on to an update on Jacob Wohl and Jack Burkman. Woo! Yeah, they've got a whole legal issue that we've been
a situation
talking about recently. Last week, the two bumbling political operatives were charged with multiple crimes by the Michigan Attorney General over some voter disinformation robocalls that seem to have originated with Wohl and Burkman. And by seem to, we mean that the robocalls literally identified Jacob Wohl and Jack Burkman as the people that the robocalls were coming from. So
yeah,
the phone number that the robocalls came from, they were a phone number that was publicly associated with Jack Burkman. And,
yeah.
And if the Gretchen kidnapping attempt had only happened like a month or two later, I would have been convinced that Wohl and Burkman were behind it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, we got charged and we got to do something about this.
The only way to stop these legal proceedings is to really escalate some shit.
Yeah. To take over the entire state of Michigan.
So we go on Craigslist, we're like, hey, we're making a movie about a governor being kidnapped. You're going to be a star. We're going to pay you a lot of money. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is, have a bunch of meetings about it. It's not real. We're just prepping. We're running lines.
Get me in a room with a Warner Brothers executive.
Uh-huh.
It's Ocean's 11, but everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's like Mr. Magoo, Ocean's 11.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so with their names in the robocall and coming from Jack Burkman's phone number, it seems like a pretty open and shut case. Mm-hmm. But also, I mean, these guys are dumb. But are they really that dumb? Usually when they're up to their shenanigans, they at least try to cover their tracks and try not to just openly break the law in obvious ways. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, could this be a frame job? Wohl and Burkman, they have plenty of enemies at this point on all sides of the political compass, so it's not outside the realm of possibility that
all right, these guys are getting too annoying.
Yeah. Someone would just frame them for a crime because it's like, look, if justice isn't going to be done here, we got to just start faking crimes.
The only reason I don't think that's the case is because if it was something that was set up against them for real, mm-hmm. they would be insufferable online.
Yeah, they've been pretty tight-lipped. They're like,
I swear to God, this time it's not us. They would say something.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's weird. Wasn't us. We'd have to be pretty dumb to do that. It's like, you're facing like like 12 years in prison. Like, yeah, well, it wasn't us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, were they framed? I don't know. Wohl and Burkman, they were arraigned a few days ago in a court hearing that was conducted on Zoom. It was broadcast on YouTube, and there's live chat. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
And while Wohl claimed, quote, "We've never done any robocalls. We are categorically uninvolved," Wohl and Burkman's attorneys argued that their clients were simply exercising their First Amendment rights, which sounds like an admission that they did do the robocalls. It just wasn't illegal. So yeah, this case is already off to a great start.
We're going to take the plea deal. Gotcha.
Yeah. We didn't do it.
Yeah, we didn't do No. Just rake stepping.
Yeah.
Wohl and Burkman reportedly arrived at the jail to turn themselves in, along with a camera crew and a big stack of $100 bills to pay off their bail, which was set at $100,000 each. They should have brought trucks full of pennies. Mm-hmm. And the terms of their bails, it stipulates that they may not engage in any more robocalls or, quote, other communications directed at multiple recipients, which is vague, but presumably just means political mailers, emails, and texts. Or it could be no mass communication at all, including social media, which Wohl would certainly be in violation of, considering he's continued posting up a storm over on Telegram. He's even changed his Telegram channel photo to his mugshot.
Yeah, he loves the attention.
Yeah. Finally, some of that attention I ordered.
It's the only thing that can get him off.
Yeah.
Someone should write an erotica novel about Jacob Wohl getting attention.
He needs to, because he's already done erotica in the form of leaked
He is
emails.
experienced in weird erotica. He's written some graphic, X-rated fan fiction about like Kamala Harris, Ted Cruz, Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
Like, he really went for it with all of those press conferences. Like, it could have been vague, it could have been general, but he just sat there at his laptop, writing with one hand, while the other hand pleasured himself.
I don't know. I think it's because he got so horny and he couldn't do anything about it because his penis had shrunk to such a small level because of all the steroids.
Yeah.
That the only way he could get off was by not stimulating it physically, but mentally.
Yeah. He's a sapiosexual. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, that's Jacob Wohl's mugshot right here. We're going to linger on that for just a moment longer so we can fully appreciate.
Look at that.
Look at that shit-eating grin on his face.
Mm-hmm. He loves that shit, doesn't he, folks?
Unfortunately, I don't know why, but we haven't seen Burkman's mugshot posted anywhere.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Wohl and Burkman's next court appearances are currently scheduled for October 15th, which is this coming Thursday. Hopefully, those will be live streamed on YouTube like the last one was. Because I missed this one. I want to actually tune in live.
I did the calls on purpose.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What my client, I think, is trying to say is that, amazing.
Should be good.
Especially since Jack Burkman was at one point a practicing lawyer. Like, he should know better. But,
so is Rudy Giuliani.
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they both face up to 12 years in prison if fully convicted. There was talk earlier that it was 24, but I guess Michigan state law means you can't stack convictions too high for multiple crimes. Mm-hmm. But that's still a long time, 12 years. And that's on top of the totally separate felony charges that Jacob Wohl faces in California for illegally selling securities. So these guys' days on the outside might actually be numbered. And I guess we'll just have to wait to see how this all plays out. They managed to get away with so much. They managed to wiggle their way out of so much trouble that I'm not going to believe it until I see them.
Yeah.
In orange
Well, it's
jumpsuit.
like Martin Shkreli, where it's like he could have wiggled out of it too, but his ego got the best of him. And I think that might be what happens here.
Yeah, I could definitely see a Shkreli outcome happen, especially with Jacob Wohl. Because like Martin Shkreli, he would have gotten off a lot lighter if he hadn't just openly antagonized the judge and like gone out of his way to violate the terms of his parole and stuff like that. I can definitely see Jacob Wohl just assuming he's invincible because he kind of has been up till this point. I can see him doing something real dumb and just getting the book thrown at him. But I guess we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we get to the best headlines of the week, it's time for a word from our sponsor, starting with Stitch Fix. Autumn is here. It's time to really start dressing.
Really start dressing.
Not for us, though. It's a heat wave next week.
It's still hot, yep.
But for you, most of other people out there, it's time to start dressing nice.
Yeah,
You get the good clothes out.
Soon.
Wouldn't it be great if every clothing store you shopped at had only your size, the styles that you liked, and all at the price that you want? Well, Stitch Fix is a company focused on making that happen. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling company that makes getting the clothes you love effortless. It's a completely different way to shop that's all about you every time.
To get started, go to stitchfix.com/weird to set up your profile, and they'll deliver great looks personalized just for you in your colors, styles, and budget. You pay a $20 styling fee for each fix, which is credited towards anything you keep. Schedule at any time. There's no subscription required. Plus, shipping, returns, and exchanges are easy and free. Stitch Fix does the hard work for you, making great style effortless for everybody, including men, women, and kids. Get started today at stitchfix.com/weird, and you'll get 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. That's stitchfix.com/weird for 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. stitchfix.com/weird.
This episode is also sponsored by Quip. When's the last time you got rewarded for brushing your teeth? With Quip's new smart electric toothbrush, good habits can earn you great perks like free products, gift cards, and more. Now, we've obviously talked about Quip a million times, but this is something brand new that rewards you and your mouth. The Quip Smart Brush is for adults and kids, connects to the Quip app with Bluetooth, and it'll let you track when and how well you brush. Get tips and coaching to improve your habits, earn points for daily brushing, plus bonus points for completing challenges, and redeem those points for rewards like free products, gift cards, and discounts from Quip and their partners.
Already have a Quip? We do, but you can upgrade it with a smart motor and keep the features you know and love. The sensitive sonic vibrations and 2-minute timer with 30-second pulses for a guided clean. The slim, sleek, and lightweight with no wires or bulky charger design to weigh you down. And multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter. And beyond the brush, Quip has everything you need to build a complete routine. Mint or watermelon toothpaste with anti-cavity ingredients for strong, healthy teeth, and floss that expands to clean and comes in a refillable dispenser to reduce waste.
Plus, you can get brush heads, toothpaste, and floss refills delivered from just $5, and shipping is free. How smart is that? Join the over 5 million mouths who use Quip and save hundreds compared to other Bluetooth brushes when you get a Quip Smart Brush for just $45. Start getting rewards for brushing your teeth today. Go to getquip.com/weeklyweird right now and get your first refill free. That is your first refill free at getquip.com/weeklyweird. GETQUIP.com/weeklyweird. Quip. Better oral health made simple and rewarding.
Quip!
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the funniest headlines. Some of these are pretty dark, but funniest headlines.
The weirdest headlines. Yeah.
Weirdest headlines from the past week. Priest arrested for having threesome with corset-wearing dominatrices on church altar.
Badass. Gotta love it. What a way to go out.
And he was pretty flagrant with it. This is a Catholic priest in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Some rando, some congregant of his church drove past the church in the middle of the night. It was like 1 or 2 a.m. It was like, "Hey, the lights are on.
Better go pray.
Weird. I'm gonna go peek inside." And it was visible from the street. Like you could see he was wearing his priest clothes, because I guess
that's what gets him off.
Yeah, and he was banging these 2 dominatrixes. There was 2 cameras set up on tripods. There was lighting equipment. He was literally shooting a porn. And it was, this guy had also just gotten a side gig as the chaplain of a local high school because the previous guy had diddled some kids or something like that. So that
Jesus fucking Christ.
And that's the thing. Like you usually hear about Catholic priests when you're like, here's some bad news about a Catholic priest. It's like, oh God.
Oh geez, what'd they do to the kids?
This guy, not a pedophile.
No.
Bit of a sex freak, but no children were harmed in the making of this porn.
And he's employing 2 people.
Yeah. The archbishop or whatever of the diocese, very angry about this and claims that he lit the altar on fire to burn it before replacing it. All right. To cast the evil out.
Well, okay.
So, but yeah, I can't imagine that's it's got to really shake up the community.
Listen, I was driving by at 1 a.m. Lights are on. I go over there to see what's going on. I couldn't believe my eyes. And then after about 6 or 7 minutes, I pulled my pants up and went straight to the police.
You know, I thought I saw what I was looking at. I thought I knew what was happening. But I had to really stand there for a while and just make sure that, you know, could I believe what my eyes were telling me?
Yeah, we know. We saw you on the security cameras.
Oh.
What'd you see? Maybe delete those tapes.
I had a pretty bad itch in my groin area.
Yeah.
It was trying to scratch that itch.
Yeah. But it only took a little while to get it.
Yeah.
Before I was ready to turn
I usually use my Manscaped products to keep the region itch-free, but I ran out of them. So that's what you see in the security footage.
Anyways, it was the hottest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I hope he does it on Sundays.
It's like I'm picturing the church congregants like getting the news and people just being horrified, but like a certain percentage of them being like,
Damn.
yeah, that's terrible. You say they were filming it?
Wow.
And the police,
Wow. The evidence? They got the evidence down at
Yeah.
the police station? We should probably all go see this.
yeah, we should, well,
Just to make sure they destroyed it. Just to be sure.
just to really make sure that this never falls into the wrong
And
hands.
are they sure it was our pastor? Because I'm good friends with them. I gotta watch.
We should check the video footage to make sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
Absolutely.
and regardless of who's in it, this could fall into the hands of some degenerate.
Yeah.
Someone with some really sick kinks.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
Next headline, TikTok shows Karen threatening to kill neighbor's dog if she doesn't get new Wi-Fi password.
This video is disturbing. It's a...
There's 2 Karens with related dog stories this week, and they're both terrible.
Well, the other one, the woman is clearly on
She's deranged.
drugs or having a psychotic episode, and she throws a dog at a guy.
Luckily, the guy kept the dog.
Yeah, that video was hard to watch.
Yes.
But
I couldn't finish it because I heard what was happening. I'm like, no.
She doesn't look like the dog gets hurt. The dog is distressed and like crying, and it's very
The
sad.
dog has had to live with this woman for
but
however long.
This one, the Wi-Fi Karen, she's been, I guess, using her neighbor's Wi-Fi for years, and the neighbor changed the password, and she's like, what you did is illegal. I'm gonna call the fucking cops on you. And you know what? If you don't give me that Wi-Fi password right fucking now, I'm gonna come in when you're not at home. I'm gonna kill your fucking dog. She's like literally threatening to kill an animal and accusing the other person of committing a crime. And doing all this through like a window of a front door with crazy eyes. So
What state was this in? Can they be punched in the face for coming on the property?
I don't know. Hopefully not my state.
Yeah. Got to look into the laws. Make sure what the laws are, because you just maybe tell her come over the door so we can have a talk, and then just open the door really hard.
Yeah.
Oops.
I'm standing my ground.
Oops. The door. It's so windy out here.
Yeah.
The door
Whoa, there's a
mind of its
draft.
own. Yeah.
A former Austin library employee is accused of stealing $1.3 million in printer toner.
Enough to print 65 pages.
Da-da-da-da-da-ba.
Whap.
Yeah, this guy, he was in charge of the bookkeeping or whatever. So he just ordered an insane amount of printer ink. And then when it arrived, you just take a couple cases and put it in the stock room and then just load his truck up with the rest of it and sell it on eBay from his house. And
It's probably making a pretty good amount of money for a while there.
I mean, yeah, like $1 million, but
Yeah.
they had a routine audit and they're like, why are we using 20 times the amount of printer ink as we usually do?
Well, okay, here, it's a long story, but ipso facto,
Yeah.
we accidentally, a bunch of the books got burned, we had to reprint the books.
And it's like, this is the kind of crime you see, like, I think we had someone stealing ham.
Oh yeah, over the course of like 10 years.
Yeah, but this guy did it to a public library, which is a government, that's a branch of the government. The government...
It's a federal crime.
Yeah, this is like well, I don't know if it's a federal crime, but it is a...
Should be a
The
federal.
government is going to prosecute. If you did this to a private company, a lot of times they get embarrassed. They go for like a private settlement or something like that, or they just do nothing because they're like, if we admit that this happened to us, it makes us look weak.
Yeah.
But you defraud the government, they're going to come after you, and they're probably going to win.
Yes.
So I hope he had fun with the $1 million.
I hope he had a great time.
I hope he had the time of his life.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, library crimes, don't do them.
Nope.
Don't break the law at the library.
Broward School District demands psychiatric records from Parkland parents to prove they suffered mental anguish. What a horrific headline.
I mean, you say it's been rough for you, but
Can you prove it?
can you prove it? I mean, yeah, your kids were gunned down in the middle of the school day
Did it really
by a
affect
fellow
you, though?
student, but it's been like 3 years. I mean,
Get over it.
mental anguish. You weren't even there. You weren't even there.
Yeah, this is just horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible all around.
It's good. So the lawsuit, I don't know how strong the case is. They're suing the school district saying that the shooter, they should have known. There were like telltale signs that he was going to do something bad.
Yes.
And they didn't do it. So I don't know how strong that case is, but yeah, the school is just like, well, they're making them bring in receipts for funeral services and
Yeah, let me just drudge through this again like 3 years later.
Records. Yeah. Because, if someone whose child was murdered says they had mental anguish, you can't just take them at face value. Maybe they hated their kid.
Could be.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
Years after they fought in Afghanistan, U.S. troops watch as their children deploy to the same war.
Just
also
incredible.
terrible.
Just
God
incredible.
damn.
Incredible.
It is wild. Like, it is more than half of my life. We have been at war.
Yes.
In Afghanistan.
Yes. Like, literally, people being shipped out to Afghanistan and like, having kids just out of high school.
Yeah.
And then serving however long over there. And now their kids are 18 and leaving and going to the exact same thing.
I guess the parents must have had a great time over there, because I don't see why. Like, you're like, Dad, that war that you were in that's been going for 20 years, maybe I should go do that too. It sounds like we're doing a great job over there.
Like, some military families, it's a thing that they passed out. It was like, yeah, I served. Your grandpa served.
I guess, but
it's like Lieutenant Dan.
From what I've read,
he was supposed to die face down in the dirt.
Yeah, that's probably true. From what I've read, like, a lot less of that is happening now because so many veterans of the...
And they're like, yeah, they don't take care of us.
Yeah, they come home and they're like, well, that was bullshit. I have PTSD and, like, my healthcare sucks and my life, that was bullshit. Maybe don't do that, son.
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of families with long military lineages that are kind of coming to an end.
Did you see
the
TikTok where they were going around the barracks being like, hey, what would you say to your recruiter?
Like, fuck you. Just every single one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, one of them is just like, I wish he was fucking dead.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
Mr. Beast, don't do it. Step back. Don't work with the Navy.
Don't work with
What
the
is
Navy.
Mr. Beast doing? He's just letting them use him. Or he's in cahoots with it and, like, cool with it and is, like, actually working on a video in coordination with the Navy. For the unaware, Mr. Beast and the Navy have been, like, flirting online.
Ulu.
Yeah.
Ulu, Mr. Beast.
Oh, wow, the Navy watches my videos.
Oh, the Navy.
They're
that
using
Top
you.
Gun. I love Top Gun. I love boats.
Oh.
Wow.
They're going to let him drive the boat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mr. Beast, if you need money, just stop giving so much of it away.
Yeah. He had to get a PPP loan for coronavirus.
Yeah.
Had to.
Yeah. It's like...
He was one of the recipients.
Stop giving as much money away. If you, like,
he got between $300,000 and $1 million for coronavirus. Mr. Beast got between $300,000 and $1 million for coronavirus.
Of all of the businesses in the entire country where there's a clear-cut, simple solution for your whatever coronavirus money woes you might have, Mr. Beast is that. It's like, oh, your entire thing is about just giving away large sums of money on the internet. Maybe just do less of that.
Look, and here's the thing. I don't know the background of his fucking business. I'm sure he has editors and people to pay.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But it just looks weird when it's like giving away $100,000.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with when FaZe got the PPP loan. Mm-hmm. And their video before the PPP loan applications went out was check out our $30 million house.
Look at all this cool shit.
And it's like, yeah, they have employees to pay, but also it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nothing against Mr. Beast, I guess, but it's just weird.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
And stop being used by the Navy.
Yeah, just say no.
Yes.
Republican senator says democracy isn't the objective of U.S. system.
We tried democracy and it failed. Moving on.
This was Mike Lee, who has COVID.
Yeah.
He was tweeting during the vice president debate.
It's because his brain's on fire.
He's like, look, America's not about democracy. Shut up about that. It's about prosperity and liberty and freedom.
So your brain is technically on a skillet right now because you're fever. So maybe just chill.
Yeah, but he admitted it. It's not about democracy.
You know what? I'm going to say the quiet part loud.
If we let the people decide how this country is run, it could be a madhouse.
Wow.
Cool.
Anyways, man shot twice after robber expresses disdain for his outdated cell phone.
Damn.
This is the nicest cell phone that I could afford.
Looks like shit. Doesn't even have a camera.
It's a jitterbug.
Yeah. Hand over your phone and your wallet.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
That sucks.
Bang, bang.
I can't believe I risked jail time for this garbage.
This is bullshit. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Terrible.
But sounds like the guy's okay. He didn't die.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get a better phone next time.
Nope. This phone saved my life.
Yeah.
If this Nokia wasn't in my pocket, that bullet would have gone straight through.
Men blow up ATM at Philly Chinese takeout restaurant while it's still open.
I mean, who's there? They, in a lot of places, you can't go in and eat.
I guess in this place they could.
Okay.
They went in, they sat down, they ordered food, and then one of them got up and just planted a bomb on the ATM next to the bathroom or whatever. Blew up, it shattered all the windows and knocked everything down, and then it still, because ATMs are tanks, it didn't work, so they ran away. So essentially they
got a free meal.
They ignited I don't even know if they had time to eat. They ignited a bomb inside of a restaurant and then ran away. That's what happened, essentially.
Ba-dum-bum. Trump's Hollywood star destroyed by man in Hulk costume. This has got to be the most destroyed star. It's happened multiple times.
Well, it's been fully destroyed. I think this is the third or fourth time, but it gets vandalized once a week or so.
Yeah.
Like the Hollywood Chamber, thankfully it's not government money because the stars are privately owned. It's the stupid Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. They have to send crews out there every week to power clean
it would be
graffiti.
They could make all of the money back by once people can go to museums, doing an art exhibit of all of the smashed stars.
Yeah. I hope they're saving them.
Yeah.
But this I love. I wish there was footage of it. It's just something that happened, but no one got it on camera.
There's footage of some of the other ones being destroyed. In the middle of the night, the guy sets up a little the construction site thing.
But this one, a guy, one of those Hollywood Boulevard freaks, dressed up as the Hulk, smashing it. Mm-hmm. That would be so cool to see. But we got no footage, no nothing.
No.
CNN reporter's confrontation with raccoon at White House goes viral. Well, let's just show you the clip.
What? Get! There he is. Ah! Frickin' raccoons, man. God, again, this is the second time.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Got a raccoon problem down at the White House.
Because it's trash.
Yeah.
And the flies land on shit.
Yeah, raccoons are creepy.
Did you see SNL?
No.
They had that fly on Mike Pence's head. And it was,
good.
It was Jim Carrey as Joe Biden in his hair.
Don't care. Stupid. Lame.
The evidence is clear. Hydroxychloroquine doesn't help COVID-19 patients.
Oh,
wow.
So looks like all of that fuss over this fucking pill for several months was all for nothing and a giant waste of everyone's time and attention.
And effort. And killed some people.
Literally.
It killed some people.
The study, they compared groups of thousands of people who took it and thousands that didn't while being treated. The numbers were, there was no difference, and the hydroxychloroquine people, more of them died of heart-related conditions than the other side.
Well, also the people that bought the wrong stuff, it was actually fish tank cleaner or whatever.
I think that was just a couple of people, but this was actually...
Hey, I'm sorry, Elliot. Mr. has a price on a human life over here.
Well, but this looked at people actually in hospitals who were treated with it.
Sure. And there's probably a bunch of people that had lupus who couldn't get it because of the mad rush to
Probably, because of all those corrupt doctors who were just,
dishing it out,
buying up truckloads of it and just prescribing it to whoever wanted to pay them.
I'm telling you, there's, not to get all conspiratorial, there's some fucking convalescent blood trade going on right now with rich people and this fucking antibody blood. I'm telling you, it's happening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And everyone's saying it's like it's like the Hollywood elites are getting the what's the fear blood?
Oh,
that's what QAnon thinks.
Adrenochrome.
Yeah. But it's happening. But with rich people and blood that has survived the coronavirus.
Yeah, there was already the young blood transfusions happening
in Silicon Valley. Yeah,
a bunch of Silicon Valley.
This is actually that's real.
Yeah, it is real.
Yeah,
they bring in some young stud. They're like, looks like he's got some healthy blood. Mm-hmm. Hook me up. And human blood bag, just like Mad Max Fury Road.
Everything is pointing to Mad Max. Everything.
Yeah. So that's your weird news for this week. Probably going to be plenty more next week and the week after that and the week after that.
Well, then we have the election. It all comes down to this.
Fuck. Well, yeah, that's happening.
We're all
soon.
Look, like I said, Mandalorian's coming up. Fargo's great. Boys just ended, but you can catch up.
Boys just ended and it's great.
Yeah.
And, you can binge it all now. Fantastic.
Baseball's still going on. Finals are going to be over. I mean, we've recorded this during the Lakers game.
As of when we're recording it, the Lakers are destroying the Heat. But they could, I don't know, maybe they can turn it around. Probably not.
Yeah. Look, we'll get through this.
Yeah.
You watching and us, we'll all get through this together. And then one day, we'll be able to hug our families again.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.